Hello everyone, I am the Lore Explorer and this is Subnautica. Man, that feels weird to say, but I'm glad to finally be saying it. For those who may not know, though I doubt there are many of you, Subnautica is an open world survival resource gathering game. Most of the story is told through logs revealing what has happened in the past, but the intro really throws us into the fire. The non-essential system engineer Riley Robinson just finished some corridor routines, and next on our list is a maintenance check of the life pods on Deck A. On the way, we hear alarms start blaring. Lucky for us, we were already on our way to the life pods. Sliding down the ladder and strapping into life pod 5, we look up just in time to see Aurora, the Altera's long-range capital ship, explode. With not much of an idea of what's down below, we find ourselves streaking through the atmosphere. Life pods 1 through 25 were launched, while the rest were destroyed in the explosion. Our aero brakes deploy nominally, and we begin to lose some velocity as we fall down to the planet below. But the sudden change of speed causes so much internal vibration in our craft that the fire extinguisher rips off its mount. A panel whips off the wall. The debris starts flying around the pod as the pod reacts to the atmosphere. Just as things start going smooth, bam! The panel hits us in the face. After at least a few hours, we finally wake up to see our pod was able to slow us down enough to safely splash us down in the ocean. But unfortunately, we wake up to the smell of smoke. A fire has broken out in the life pod. If it burns through the oxygen lines, we are literally a ticking time bomb. But our luck comes in to rescue us again. The fire extinguisher has fallen right in front of us. With the fire out, we can try to check our PDA. Having received the message, it wakes up in emergency mode. It lets us know our head injuries are minimal, and tells us to check its databanks for survival instructions. Start here. If you're reading this, you survived an emergency evacuation of a capital-class ship equipped with Altera technology. Congratulations. The hard part is over. Your PDA has rebooted in emergency mode with one objective: keep you alive. If that's not possible, it will alert salvage teams to the location of your remains. Well, yeah, that's very reassuring. Thanks, Altera. But seriously, thank goodness Altera thought of everything, including a survival checklist. 1. Administer first aid if required. 2. Take inventory. 3. Survey your environment. 4. Construct necessary survival equipment using the fabricator. 5. Check and repair life pod if necessary. 6. Broadcast local distress signal. 7. Locate survivors using line of sight or radio. 8. Find or construct a more permanent habitat. 9. Maintain physical and psychological health until rescue. I like how number 9 is just like last. Maintain physical and, yeah, just last. Don't worry about it. And as sort of a cherry on the cake, the database that stores all of Altera's blueprints is corrupted. But this PDA is pretty advanced. With cameras and other sensors, it actually has situational awareness. Regardless of corruption, it's an extremely useful survival tool. Following the PDA's device, we scan our environment. Water. Water as far as the eye can see. Altera provided us with the all-environment protection suit, for space and ocean alike. So luckily, we actually stand a chance here. Getting into the water, we can immediately see debris from the Aurora just outside our pod. We also see some resources that we are able to collect. We can take these to a fabricator. The fabricator in the life pod is another Altera invention. It's able to take common raw material and turn them into something useful. With food and water disabled, just to focus on the story, we can go and explore for more resources. Next on the checklist, construct survival equipment. A knife and a ding-dang air bladder. With those out of the way, it's time to repair this life pod. It's a bit worrying that they prepared for damage, but I suppose the universe is big and kind of random. So we have to go looking for cave sulfur. Must be in a cave somewhere. What's that noise? What the hell? What was that? That fish just exploded. Well, at least the plant it was in had sulfur in it. Time to make the repair tool. We need to get out a distress call. and radio other survivors, and maybe some first aid. Repair tool in hand, we repair the wall panel first. Damn panel. Next, the radio. I swear, Altera is magic. This thing is amazing, though I can't imagine how much this thing would cost. Well, let's get the radio up, and we will be rescued in no time.
Radio online. Broadcasting emergency distress signal.
This is Aurora. Distress signal received. Rescue operation will be dispatched to your location in 9 hours. Continue to monitor for emergency transmissions from other life pods.
Okay. Seems like our luck has run out. The radio is telling us the highest number it can. It may as well said 9,999 years. Let's keep an eye on the radio as we gather some resources. I need to get a scanner, and for that, I need a battery. Acid mushrooms, they sound fun. But somehow, I'm not getting the urge to put this in my mouth. The checklist said I should build a more stable base, so that is up next. It took some foraging, but we have a basic setup here. As we finish, our PDA informs us there's an incoming message to the radio. Rushing to it, we hear a message from Escape Pod 3.
Receiving pre-recorded distress call. Laying back.
This is lifepod 3, uploading our coordinates. We're plugging some holes in our emergency sea glide, so if we're late for the rendezvous, don't panic. Also, don't go home without us. Seriously. 3 out.
Signal location uploaded to PDA.
Amazing! Someone else survived, and it's not too far away. It's time for a little swim to Escape Pod 3. Making our way over, we can take the chance to snag stuff along the way. I may have found survivors, but help's a long way out. We will need all we can get. Coming over the ridge, though, we can tell something is wrong immediately. There's a big hole in the side of the life pod, and they seem to have hit the ground hard. The life pod's flotation have failed as it hit the dirt. A PDA left behind tells us their story.
Integrating new PDA data.
You really think it'll carry 2 of us?
Your regular sea glide tows a mass of 80 kilograms at over 30 kilometers an hour. The power cellar rig to this one should double that.
You think there's something out there that's faster?
Oh, sure. And that's assuming it doesn't overload 3 meters from the life pod.
You're calm about this.
I'm seeing the engineering problem. If I stop seeing the maths, I'll be terrified.
New blueprint acquired.
The passengers, or fall, seems to have forced an outward explosion, leaving the pod open to flood. Maybe animals did this afterwards, because we can find the mentioned sea glide just outside their life pod, suggesting the engineer was right. Their sea glide broke. They were left in a pretty bad spot, as just meters away lay the kelp zone, home to an ancient species of wildlife, the stalker. They would swim through the kelp, waiting for any prey to leave the safety of the shallow water nearby. I can't imagine they made it far. After scanning and creating a sea glide of our own, we get another distress call.
From the cafeteria, what the hell, guys? They didn't warn us this might happen. Our pod was almost crushed by the Seamoth Bay on the way down. Now we're hanging on the edge of a cave system, and this grim-looking snake thing's trying to eat through the hull. Come get us already.
Signal location.
This guy may not be too bright. In spaceflight, anything could happen. But still, let's hope this turns out better than before. Sounds like they are in dire straits. We better hurry. Let's see what this sea glide can do. We make a beeline to lifepod 17. No time for scavenging. Ozzy needs our help. There it is in the distance. We better surface for some air. But again, as we come down to help, we can tell Ozzy likely isn't there. The crab snake that was trying to break through must have gotten in. We can listen to Ozzy's last thoughts as he was being attacked by a crab snake. One must have emerged from the nearby cave system after it heard the commotion of the landing pod and debris from the explosion.
Ozzy's log. It's the day of the crash. I don't know what the heck is happening. I'm scared and I'm not going outside. There are shadows in the water under the hatch, but I can't tell if they're rocks or aliens. And there's weird-looking caves nearby. The Aurora was carrying everything needed to build the phase gate. Mobile vehicle bays, bioreactors, propulsion cannons. It had a cinema. There was a zero-G gym. My cafe. I don't understand how we're here now. Don't know why no one's coming for me.
Geez, this planet is not very welcoming. Surely, some other people must have survived. Ozzy was right. We had a freaking zero-G pull on the Aurora. You're telling me these life pods can't withstand a fish? Our PDA did say there were no life signs detected, but I was hoping that was short range. Back at lifepod 5, we are doing some housekeeping when all of a sudden our PDA tells us the Aurora's drive core may cause an explosion in about 2 hours.
Quantum detonation will occur within 2 hours.
As if it hasn't caused us enough trouble. Why would this thing just fall out of the sky like that? It's probably best just to wait it out and watch the explosion from here.
Has occurred in the Aurora's drive core. The reactor will reach a supercritical state in T-minus 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Well then, I really hope there wasn't anyone on that thing. The whole front quarter has been blown clean off. On the plus side, at least we got a radiation suit recipe. We should have some lead in the locker, just waiting to make it. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, was the first episode of Subnautica Explored. I think I like that a little bit better than Explained. Anyway, I am glad to finally be getting these videos out on Subnautica. I had a really tough time deciding on how I wanted to tell the story, but I decided enough was enough. Just start writing and see what you come up with. After I got going, it all started to come together. So for now, this is a lore explorer diving deep into the story so you don't have to. And that is seriously appropriate in a big ocean world game. I'll see you all in the next one. And if you made it this far, consider liking and subscribing to the Lore Explorer.